Hi, Josh Stevenson here with Blue Ribbon Bait and Tackle, and I'm here with the legendary Griz. He's in the National Fishing Hall of Fame and the Minnesota Fishing Hall of Fame. So Griz, I wanted to ask you, and a lot of the viewers wanted to know too, how did you start out fishing, and what got you to this level? I mean, you spent your whole life doing it, but where did it all start? Where did it all start?
Guess what? My mom and dad, when I was in a basket in the boat at 3 months old, in a picnic basket, so mom and dad could go fishing. They fished like I used to, or do yet. But
yeah.
That's where it all started with me, and I've been raised in the
You're
boat.
Literally in a picnic basket
Yeah, they had
3 months old.
They had a picnic basket with both ends opened up on it, and they leave one end open and close off the other end so the sun wouldn't get on me.
Wow.
Yeah, and you go up like North Center or South Center, and back then you could rent a boat for $1 and didn't have a motor. Dad used to,
you could rent a boat to go out fishing.
Yeah, big cedar strip. Yeah, big cedar strip boat. And Dad had rowed a boat. We didn't get a motor until about 1947. They got a Green Johnson. That was our first motor. And it was a 5.5 horse, and that was a big thing back then. We didn't have all this fancy stuff we got nowadays.
Yeah, come a long way from a.
Oh yeah, we didn't have structure. We didn't know nothing about structure or anything. But you catch fish because back then there was more fish. So.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy, but if you knew what to look for and stuff, well, you get them, And yeah, that's well.
Your parents, you grew up fishing with your parents a lot, and they really were heavy into it. When did you decide I want to become a fishing guide? I really want to make a living at this and go after it.
Yeah, when I got sick of working for somebody else.
That's great. Sounds like the entrepreneur attitude. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I walked out of there. I had 20 years in that warehouse, and I walked out of there one day, and I didn't go back. So
you just up and left and said, I'm going to become a fishing guide.
So I told them I left. Everybody laughed, but I never came back. So I've been 50 years of that, or whatever.
You guided your way all the way into the Hall of Fame, and I mean, what a story he's got. I mean, just walks away from his job and becomes one of the legendary guides in Minnesota history.
Yeah, I got. Well.
Of all the years you've guided, do you have like a couple of stories that really stick out? I mean, who's any real famous people you guided or something?
Oh yeah,
really...
when I first started, I got the guide Billy Martin. And Howard Wong. That was a big thing, and Billy is a big celebrity. And when he was in Minnesota, he'd call me up. I was still working in a warehouse. He'd call me up, or Howard would call me up and line this up ahead of time. And Billy is in town. I'd get sick on my job and go fishing with him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Wow. And then I did things like with Al Linder. I took the best guide award 4 years in a row in Linder's Camp Fish.
Oh, Al Linder's Camp Fish. Okay.
Yep, I guided there 4 years in a row and won the best guide award. My rip jig well. It's all different. I could go on for days with all this stuff.
I can't. Yeah, all the stories you must have all these years of guiding.
And it's like I guided the Russians that saved the whales in Alaska. I won 2 days, different lakes. I won a big fish for the guy. He won 2 rods, which Boris was the guy that had the ship that broke the trail to get in to get those whales out of there. They even made a movie on it. And when he was in Minnesota, I handed him a rod and reel. We were rip jigging my technique and gave him my 7-foot Loomis, and he looked at me. He says, "What am I going to do with this?" I said, "You fish with it." Well, people don't realize in Russia they don't have rods and reels over there. They use a rock for a sinker, and they make their own hooks. And not only the other thing I was fascinated about that, he told me when they go on the ocean, got this big dock that goes out in the ocean. And when they come off from fishing, they got a government guy on there, and he weighs your fish, charges you by the pound to get, And well, I got invited to go over there. All of us that guided this thing, that'd have been my biggest trip in my life. I could have went to Russia, but then they changed hands, and they told us we better not come over because might not come back. So
it wasn't safe.
Yeah, they were going to pick us up in Alaska and take our trucks and boats and everything. That'd have been something. They got Northerns over there that eat people, not like over here.
Wow. Saving the whales. What a story that is, yeah.
Billy
Martin. Were you a baseball fan growing up? Or
No,
was just,
I didn't know.
Everybody knew who Billy...
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't
You didn't know
care.
who Billy?
No, I don't follow that. I just fished and hunted. That's all I cared about.
Once Billy Martin was in the boat, though, were you like,
I
oh, this is
I didn't
people
really.
tell you?
Yeah. People started telling me, Then my dad, he knew because he followed all that. I got a picture of my dad with his arm around Billy Martin, and where we took the picture and that, we were going home, and Dad says, when I die, I want this baseball and that picture with him. I think you were at my dad's funeral, and I put it in there with him, and even put his tassel cap on the old man when he buried him. He used to wear this green tassel cap. Ma used to get mad at him. He wore it in the house in the winter and get mad at the weather. And anyway, when he closed the casket, told the guy, put his tassel cap on. So
yeah,
all that's with him. So
wow, all good stuff. Great memories.
Yep. So,
Tales from the Griz. This was our first episode. We're looking forward to do some more later. Thanks for the time, Griz. And how can people reach you if they want to hire you as a guide?
Let's see, fishwithgriz.com and area code 651-771-6231.
The legend himself, the Griz. I really highly recommend going out fishing with this guy.